Hey everyone, Derrick from T3 here. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about how to interview properly. I'm going to be talking about specifically how to interview for any type of professional trading position. I'm going to go over a couple of general things, and I'm also going to go over some common questions and how you can answer them, questions that I might ask to someone that I was interviewing for potentially joining T3 Trading Group as a professional prop trader. First of all, some basic stuff. And this is basic stuff, but I can't believe over the years I've done hundreds of interviews for people who wanted to join T3 Trading Group, and it's incredible how many people have messed this up. First and foremost, you have an interview. I don't care what you're interviewing for. I don't care if you're interviewing for a job as a cashier at McDonald's or you're interviewing to go work for Warren Buffett. Dress appropriately. Right now, today, I'm here at the office. I'm not doing an interview. I'm wearing jeans, sneakers, my shirt's untucked. I got a collared shirt on, but I'm feeling comfortable. That is not how you dress for an interview. You're showing up for an interview, wear a suit, a tie, shoes, and a belt. Dress appropriately. Number two, bring a physical copy, an actual piece of paper of your resume. And unless you've got a lot of industry experience, that resume should be one page. Don't tell me you brought your laptop with you and you can show me your resume on the laptop. Don't tell me, oh, but I emailed you the resume, can you look up the email? Bring a physical copy of the resume. This is really basic stuff, but it's really important. I never mind too much if someone has a backpack with them, but I do know some people really don't like that. So it's definitely better if you're just bringing yourself a little folder with your resume or a little bit of a more professional satchel type of thing along with you, as opposed to like a full big backpack. If you do bring a backpack, ask the person who's working at the front desk if you can leave that backpack with them during the course of the interview so you don't actually bring it with you into the interview. If I could add one more on your resume itself, this is always important to me. Have that hobby and interest line at the bottom of your resume. I've actually heard that some universities have been telling their students to not do that. The best interviews that I've ever had personally, as either the person interviewing for the job or as the person conducting the interview, have been interviews where I've spent a minimal amount of time even actually talking about the position itself. For example, my first job out of college, it was like a 5-6 level interview process, and I finally made it all the way up to interview with the partner. It was just a few people still left at that stage vying for the position. And when I got to sit down with one of the 3 partners of the company, he saw on my resume martial arts. I spent pretty much the entire 45-minute interview just chatting with him about old school martial artists like Joe Louis and Ed Parker. We didn't even talk about the position at all. And at the end of my speaking with him, he got up and he said, as far as I'm concerned, you got this job. Let me go speak to the rest of the gang here. And that was it, I got it. Same thing as being someone who has conducted a lot of interviews. You know, for the most part, people who work at their job, they're doing that all day. So if they have an opportunity to talk about their passion because you share that same passion, that just becomes so much of a better interview for both the interviewer and the interviewee than, you know, just talking about the position itself for the entire time. So those are a few, I think, really important general tips that apply for any job that you're looking for. Now, let's jump into some common questions that I usually ask when I'm interviewing someone for a position as a professional prop trader with T3 Trading Group. So this is usually the first thing I ask someone when they first sit down with me. And this is an important one to be able to answer. Tell me about yourself. I want to get to know you. This isn't a trick question. This is a simple question. I want to know not just like your professional background necessarily. I kind of want to know a combination of your personal and professional background. Just telling me, oh, I went to so-and-so school, I studied economics, I graduated in 4 years, my favorite class was my accounting class, and now I am here and I want to be a trader. That's like a boring answer. I can see from your resume that you went to college. Like, congratulations, you got your degree, you studied economics, I know about it. When I say tell me about yourself, where were you born? Where are you from? What's it like there? You can make certain aspects of it brief, touch on, again, your hobbies, your personal interests, and then tell me, I decided to go to this college for this reason, because your resume tells me what college you went to, it doesn't tell me why you went there. I decided to study economics or finance or whatever because I was inspired as a kid. I saw my parents, I'm just making this up, I saw my parents struggling financially and I really wanted to learn about finance so that way I would never be in that situation and one day I could even help them. That's great information. It doesn't say that on your resume. So tell me about yourself. Tell me about your background. What brought you to the point where you are now sitting here with me applying for this position? This is another one. This applies generally. It doesn't even matter if you're applying for a trading position or not. You gotta know why you're there, right? What's the passion behind why you applied for this job? Even if you gotta make it up. Be prepared that you know what the job is that you're applying for and that you have a reason on why you wanna do this, why this is your passion. I love this question because I get a whole diversity of answers. Let me start by telling you the answer that I personally hate. I hate when I sit down with someone and I say, what does risk mean to you? And they say volatility. That's this MBA answer that you learn in a graduate school class, and it's something I honestly completely disagree with. For me as a professional trader, I don't view volatility as risk, I view volatility as opportunity. And that is definitely not what risk means to me as a person, not what does risk mean in the business class that you took last year. So come up with an answer on what risk actually means to you. I can tell you my answer. Risk is the probability of permanent loss, and that could be in markets. Risk is I buy this stock and it goes against me and I get stopped out and I lose my $100 or my $1,000 worth of risk. That is a permanent loss. I realized that loss. Or that could be a personal risk, right? Risk to me is making a mistake in your life that could ruin a relationship with a friend or a loved one or something like that, right? That's like a personal risk that for some reason some people might choose to take. I'm a big skier, right? And sometimes I do some pretty advanced in-depth skiing, some hiking terrain, some double diamonds, some triple diamonds. Well, the risk there is I take a fall in a no-fall zone and I end up with a broken leg or worse, right? That's the potential of permanent injury or something like that you can't necessarily come back from, right? So again, risk for me is the probability of permanent loss, something that's not necessarily something that you can recover from. For me, the two most important characteristics that you have to have in order to be successful in trading is discipline and work ethic. Discipline specifically with money management and risk management. We did a whole little class on this already. The number one reason why traders are not successful in this business is because of a lack of discipline with risk management and money management. And for me personally, I think one of the reasons why I've been able to be successful in this business is because of my background in martial arts. Discipline was something that was instilled in me pretty much my entire life. I had to be extremely disciplined as a martial artist. I had to be extremely disciplined in order to become a professional fighter, and that translated over very well for me into my trading. And the second is work ethic. This is a difficult business. The learning curve in trading, if you're just getting started, is very large. The fact of the matter is, trading, like most things that are probably actually worth doing in life, is a difficult endeavor. And you're gonna have to work really hard to learn the things necessary to get through the learning curve appropriately in the pursuit of becoming a consistently profitable, successful professional trader. It is not something that will come overnight. It is not something that'll get you there in 30 minutes a day of work, right? The 10,000 hour rule type of thing or guideline or whatever that book was written about, I really think that applies in the trading business for sure. Maybe 10,000 hours isn't even enough. You gotta put the work in order to be successful in this business. So discipline and work ethic, I think, are the two most important personality characteristics to being successful as a trader. So then finally comes, wrapping up the interview. First of all, you always should be prepared with questions that you want answered. An interview is a conversation. It's not just an in-your-face answer these questions. It's a back and forth. So you should come prepared with questions that you want to ask to the interviewer. That's your opportunity to learn any details about the position that you might want to know, and it also is a further opportunity with your questions to actually be able to show your competency. Appropriate handshake is really important. I think it's important to ask for a business card. Ask for that business card, keep it on hand, ask for when you should expect to hear back and what the next steps are. Hopefully, if you follow all these steps that we talked about today and you make sure to follow these basics, it'll definitely help you be prepared to interview properly for your professional trading position, your prop trading position, or honestly, any position you apply for in your life.